What is a podcast? Well, in its simplest terms, it's a downloadable recording. You listen to a podcast on your computer or iPod or similar device. Specifically, for Zion Lutheran Church, our podcast is called The Good News, and it's an audio recording of the gospel reading followed by pastor's sermon. And these recordings are now available in iTunes, and it's free. That's right, it's free, and it's in the iTunes store. We call our podcast The Good News, and if you subscribe to our podcast, new recordings will automatically be downloaded to your computer as they're available, which is usually Sunday afternoon. Now that you know what a podcast is, how do you get it to show up on your Mac or PC? First, using your internet browser, in my case Safari, navigate to www.apple.com. Click on the iTunes tab. Select Download iTunes. The website automatically knows if you're a Mac or PC and gives you a simple Download Now button to click. Once you've installed iTunes, it will look something like this. The number of podcasts are absolutely overwhelming. There's news and noteworthy, podcast starter packs, staff favorites, computer gaming, and HD favorites. There are literally hundreds of thousands of podcast episodes out there. So how in the world are you going to find ZLCB's The Good News? Believe it or not, it's simple. Click on Search Store and type in ZLCB and hit Enter. As of this recording, we're the only ZLCB in the iTunes Store. Now let's click on Subscribe Free button. You'll notice iTunes will automatically download the latest podcast and store it in your podcast folder. When we click on the podcast button within iTunes, you'll see ZLCB The Good News. To the left of that, there's a little triangle. Click on that. Since we have View by Release Date, we'll see all the podcasts listed chronologically in order. At this point, you can select Get, a single podcast, or Get All. Once you click on the play button, iTunes will start playing the selected podcast. If you're interrupted, don't worry. Just click on the play button to pause the podcast. iTunes remembers where you left off. Now let's look at the Settings button. In these preferences, you might want to select the following. Check for new episodes every day. When episodes are available, download the most recent one. Episodes to keep, all unplayed episodes. Then click OK. So there you have it, an overview of how to download iTunes and subscribe to ZLCB's The Good News. Please consider sharing this video and our podcast with your friends and family. For those of you in the Pittsburgh area, we hope you can join us on Sunday or at one of our Bible studies. Please visit www.zlcb.org. Thanks for listening.